Now, we've seen plenty of celebrities disgrace themselves with their lunatic views in recent months, from Robert De Niro to Susan Sarandon. And you can add Roger Waters to the list. The former Pink Floyd frontman has always been vehemently anti-Israel, but his demented views have appeared to have got even more fringe-dwelling. Have a look at this.
All the filthy, disgusting lies that the Israelis told after October the 7th.
Like what?
About burning babies and women being raped, which were all completely...
Actually, women were raped.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
Well, there's no evidence.
It's been established by the United Nations.
You can say anything that you want, but there's no evidence.
Actually, there is extensive evidence.
There is no evidence.
Sexual assault and rape. Well, there is.
OK, well, all right, now...
Also, we know what Hamas broadcast on social media.
Calm down. Roger, calm down. Don't sink to his level. All right, I won't.
What level?
Well, stop shouting. Stop shouting back. Let him interrupt you as much as you want. OK.
I don't even know I think he's got some sort of an imaginary friend also called Roger that he's speaking to off camera there. But this rape denial, and I said it's a fringe-dwelling view, but sadly it's not as fringe-dwelling as it should be, because you hear this over and over again from the pro-Palestinian crowd. And it is just so disgusting, so beyond shameful, because there is a great deal of evidence showing how women were raped and sexually brutalised on October 7 and beyond by Hamas, and that there's just this wholesale denial of it, Douglas.
There is, and I think there's a very interesting reason for it. Roger Waters, by the way, I mean, I don't know, I actually can't name a Pink Floyd song. Maybe that's my bad, but I mean, I care not a jot for this man Waters' views on anything. I mean, I don't know, is he a guitarist? If so, he's just sick to playing the guitar. He's obviously a very sick individual, very sick in a number of different ways, a variety of ways. There's a whole conference in that thing we just watched there. But, you know, I think there is a very clear reason why some of these people do want to deny the rapes, to deny the murder of children on the 7th. And it's because if they faced up to it, they would have to ask a question of their own side and of themselves, which they don't want to ask, which is, am I sure we're the good guys? You know, am I sure that my side, my friends in Hamas, in the case of people like Roger Waters, am I sure that I'm on the right side supporting Hamas, supporting the most militant Palestinian extremists, when they seem to be incapable of not raping, not murdering, not killing children, not kidnapping children? Am I sure my side's right? And there are only about two paths you can take from that. One is, maybe I should rethink my support for this terrorist entity and put my support elsewhere. Or you'd have to say, okay, I'm fine with that, by any means necessary. And some of them think that. Some of them do think that. But I would have a much more admiration for these people if, instead of always trying to deny and deny and deny, they actually faced up to the things that their friends do and did and would do again. But this Waters man, as well as a maniac, he's not a man. He can't even face up to the consequences of his own support and thought, such as it is.
Now, before you go, I have to ask you about Prince Harry. He's receiving yet another honour. The Duke of Sussex is set to receive the Pat Tillman Award for Service at the 2024 ESPYs. Pat Tillman was an American hero, late NFL star and US Army Ranger who died during combat in 2004. Pat Tillman's mother, Mary, is among those who are shocked by this award being given to Harry. She has said that there are far more deserving candidates who do not have Harry's money and resources, who are working quietly. She also said, I'm shocked as to why they would select such a controversial and divisive individual to receive the award. There are recipients that are far more fitting. There are individuals working in the veteran community that are doing tremendous things to assist veterans. But this is not new, Douglas. Harry and Meghan keep winning awards. It seems to be their full-time occupation these days.
They don't. I think we shouldn't say that they win awards. They don't win them. They get gifted them by the sorts of people they hang out with. I mean, there's a whole industry of this kind of rubbish. I mean, what happens with a lot of this is that Meghan or Harry's PR people put in calls to ask about various awards they can be given, and then they bring their celebrity to the awards process, and everyone benefits. I mean, it's so cynical. The Tillman one, this is sad because he was a real American hero, enlisted, left the NFL, enlisted in the army after 9/11, and gave his life in the defense of his country. It's a sort of reminder, of course, of what is the sad turn in Prince Harry's life, which I think, is the only thing about him which is really interesting, which is that he had the opportunity to have a meaningful life in which he gave his life to the country and to causes like that of veterans, like that of young men who lose their way, like he did in his 20s, and can turn their life around. There was an awful lot he could have been a really meaningful figurehead for. And like his grandfather, the late Duke of Edinburgh, who set up the Duke of Edinburgh Awards, there could have been the Prince Harry Awards that he could have done so much with his life and the position he had because of the benefit of the birth he had. And instead, he took this other way. He took the Montecito Highway way. And here he is, not doing, but receiving awards as if he's doing. And I think it's a part of the inferno that one would not want to live in.
No, and before you go, Douglas, you've become such a big deal these days. You've now got your own impersonators, and frankly, they're good ones, I've got to say. Here is comic Army Kozak thanking you as you.
Douglas Murray, such a phenomenal job in the Monk debates, taking on the sophistry and deception and utter lies of Mehdi Hassan and those like him of his ilk, spouting and spewing lies about Israel.
He nailed it. I'm going to say Army's very good. That is, we've had him on this program, not as you, as himself, but he's very good. And this is the height of your fame now. He's normally impersonating Donald Trump and other world figures, and Douglas Murray now.
It's horrible in a way. He's a talented impersonator. It's horrible for your sense of self to see somebody taking you off, but he's very good at it. He actually is very amusing. A few nights ago in New York, I was in a steakhouse with some friends, and he came over to me and introduced himself. And I said to my friends when I rejoined him, he's very good, but to talk about self-consciousness and self-awareness when you have somebody impersonating you in front of yourself. He's very good. He's very good, but
he is very good. And if you're going to have someone impersonating you, it's good if they're a fan, and he's certainly a fan of yours. Douglas Murray, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you, Rita.